Good morning! It's the 12th of January 2021. Let's get started. Okay, so we'll begin today with our spellings. This is your little sheet, as you know, that you fill in every day with the spellings. So today we're on Tuesday, so we want you to write out all your spellings as you would any week. And remember to try to say these aloud and then spell them, and try to hear that sound in each word. Then we move on to our spelling activity page, and you can work through this at your own pace. Some people like to do it all in one day. Some people like to take a few sections each day. So you can really do what works best for you. So yesterday we finished off on section 3. So now we're moving on to section 4. And it says match the beginnings and endings to make words. Write the words on the line. So you see we have the beginnings of a word, and you have to find the end of the word and join them together to make a word. So the first one was done for you, D-R-O-P, drop. And you'll see it has that sound, drop. You have to make 2 more words using what is left. So SP goes with one of these to make a word, and then FR goes with one of these as well to make a word. And you work your way through this, finding the beginning and the end of each word and writing it on the lines. Now, question 5 I've crossed out. You don't have to do that. You can if you want to. It asks you to circle the words with an sound made using an A. I crossed that out because there's just an awful lot on this page to do, and I didn't want you to be overwhelmed with work. But certainly if you want to fill in the words that have an sound, you can. And part 6 then asks you to rewrite these words adding ES, and then to read aloud the words you have written. So cross here, the first word will become crosses, C-R-O-S-S-E-S. So each of these words will have an ES to make them plural, to make them more than one. And tomorrow we'll look at part 7 and part 8. Now, as well as your spelling, you have this little writing page to work on. Now, I don't want you to be scared when you see this and you see all the lines that are on this page. I don't expect you to fill all of those lines. I just want you to try your best to write 1 or 2 sentences for each box. And this page is entitled Happy New Year. So it's all about reflecting on last year and what you're excited about for this year. So the first box says, the best part of last year was. So I want you to think about 2020, something that was really good about 2020. And I'm sure none of us will be writing that the best part of last year was the coronavirus, because it was the worst part. But if you can think of something that was really good, maybe Christmas or your birthday, anything at all, just write about it in this box. Then it says, if I had to do one thing again, it would be. So is there anything you regret or anything you would change? What would you do if you had the chance to do it again? Write 1 or 2 sentences about that. Now, the third box, you don't have to write too much in because it asks you what your New Year's resolution is. And I know that on Friday, you wrote about your New Year's resolutions for Miss O'Neill. And I saw all of those and they were fantastic. Some of you have the same New Year's resolutions as me. One of mine is to get outside more. And I know some of you wrote that down as your resolution as well. But if you could pick one of your resolutions, something that you want to do for this year, and just write it down in this box. You don't have to write them all down, just one of them. And the final box says, this year I am excited about. Now, is there something you're looking forward to this year? Perhaps you're making your first Holy Communion this year, or there's a special event coming up in your family. Maybe there's a new baby coming. So you write about something that you're excited about for this year. And there's a lot of lines in that box. Don't panic. I don't expect you to fill them all. Just write as much as you can. And moving on to our maths then. You have to fill in these 2 pages today. Sometimes during the week I may give you a little bit extra maths as well as your 3 times tables, but for today I think this is quite enough. You have to fill in the blanks here for the 3 times tables. So for example, 3 times something makes 12. So you can look at your answers, from the previous day to help you find what's missing in the spaces if you want to, because you'll have filled in your times tables the day before. So you can look at those to help you. And this page says, I can find the products of the 3 times tables. So what does products mean? So the word product just means the answer in the 3 times tables, or the answer in any tables. But we'll stick with the 3s today because that's what we're focusing on. So for example, if I wrote 3 times 2 equals 6, the product is the answer. The product is 6. And the way you would say that is the product of 3 and 2 is 6. So let's look at the product of 3 and 0. The product of 3 and 0 is 0. So this is a product and this is a product. The answers in the 3 times tables are the products of the 3 times tables. So you're going to look through these numbers and see which of these are answers in the 3 times tables, because I have to circle them because they are products. Now you definitely circle this one because 3 times 5 makes 15. So it's definitely a product. What about 13? Is it a product of anything? Not so sure. So look through all of these answers, these products, and if any of them are answers in the 3 times tables, then you put a circle around them. And sorry if the phone's a bit shaky here, I'm holding it myself. I need to get a steadier hand, I think. I meant to say yesterday too that in your packs you will find just a little poly pocket filled with like fun activities, which you can do at your leisure. You can do whatever you want. And it's not something that I need to mark or anything, but certainly if you want to send me anything, by all means do. I'd love to see it and I will send you back some feedback. Also, don't forget to go onto SumDog, and the login is in your pack. And try to get onto Oxford Owl as well. I've sent a video on Class Story explaining how to access Oxford Owl to help you with your reading. And remember, when you're doing reading, it's important that you read your reading book more than once. The more often you read, the better your reading will be, and the better your writing will be as a result as well. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.